Hi, this is Sophia of Love Happy Body, and in today's video I want to talk about being a singleton, or may talk about the concept about being single. In my book Be Happy, my debut book, I talked about how it's important to feel comfortable with being in your own company, and this is very beneficial because a lot of people sometimes feel uncomfortable being alone in their own company, their own thoughts, and sometimes because of this fear about being alone in their own company, but sometimes they could get into unhealthy type of relationships, and it could be to do with patterns or behaviours, for example to do with food or friendship, and it could even have an impact in terms of love relationships. And I, a number of years ago, was in a toxic type of unhealthy type of relationship. And I remember that time my sister would say, how's this relationship making you feel? And my honest answer at the time is, it just didn't make me feel good. But then I was scared and afraid of, leaving a relationship, being on my own. It actually, kind of like panicked me. It was like a really big fear. And then what was great is when I did decide to leave that relationship, and then I took a break from relationships, although I did quickly went on a date with someone, long after, and I realised, I'm not ready. And I remember 2 months later, I never forget the moment, and I even talk about this in my work, and I even talked a little bit about it in my debut article with Huffington Post, Fall in Love with Myself Again. But how I was sitting in this restaurant, I never forget it. It was Sunday afternoon, really beautiful weather in London, and I just finished working with a client. I don't always work on Sundays, but on this occasion I did. And I was sitting alone in a restaurant, and I had like couples, families there, and I was probably like the only person who was single there. And I thought to myself, I feel really happy, I feel really good. And then I realised that it's not that bad being on my own. I've been in my own company. And from that experience of coming out of that long-term relationship, I got to learn and rediscover things about myself. I felt a bit more confident. And that's kind of like my tip today is, I know it's, human to want companionship. We all want companionship. We like to, connect with people, have that touch, have that intimacy. There's nothing wrong with that, but the question to ask you is, if you're feeling that you're in a relationship just to have company and it's not really healthy, then you should question yourself and, ask yourself, why am I, staying in this, type of unhealthy relationship? And then you could do things to get used to being in your own company, and this could be, for example, like journaling. You could even, meet new friends too sometimes. Start, join meetup groups. You've got meetup.com, Facebook groups, and even doing things on your own, like having a date night with yourself, which I do recommend to people, having that date night, which is really good, because you get to pay attention to your needs as well, because sometimes it could be with all your different types of responsibilities and roles which you have, like work, family, relationship, friends, sometimes get a bit too much. So I recommend having a date night, and this is mentioned in my book. And then also doing things on your own, like going for long walks in a park, observing, being with nature, looking at art, maybe doing a bit of crowd gazing where you like look at people, and you'll be really surprised that sometimes people will smile at you. But my best tip to you is, get really comfortable being yourself, and even, being single, could be, a really great experience. And like with me right now, I'm single, but I'm happier because I'm comfortable with, being with myself. And I do interact with different people as well, like I'm interacting with you right now. And I think it's really made me, feel much more healthier. And it's also prevented me from getting into toxic type of relationships, which are not very good for me. And I had like a friend recently who, she wants to be in a relationship, she wants to settle down, all this sort of stuff. And because she probably has a fear of being on her own, she decided to, hang on to this guy who in fact wasn't ready emotionally, didn't want to give as much and even, treat her with respect and what she needed. And this could go, with both sexes, and so I'm not just pointing out men. So you see, you need to be able to get comfortable yourself. And another thing which people don't realise is what you vibrate will actually attract certain people. So people like confidence, they like people to feel comfortable within their skin, and that's a very attractive thing. So in terms of dating, keep that in mind. And you find that you get lots of, more opportunities. Even with me, I got, quite a few opportunities in just 1 week, but I was able to, decide, do I want to do it, do I not want to do it? And it wasn't a case of being, come from that place of fear. So that's my tip of you today is have fun being with yourself, and you never know what you'll learn and discover about yourself and the people you meet too well sometimes. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you have any comments or you want to discuss it, then feel free to share and comment. I love to hear your voice. So that's my soundbite today, and have a good day, and bye for now. Love, Sophia.